In the digital world, no device operates completely independently. Laptops, phones, printers, TVs, all need to connect with each other to exchange data, signals, or even power. So, what is a connection? And what types of connections do you commonly encounter in daily life? Let's explore the connection standards for computers. In digital technology, a connection is the process of establishing a link between devices, systems, or hardware/software components for the purpose of. Wired connections use physical ports and cables. Some common standards include USB to connect a mouse, keyboard, or external hard drive, HDMI to transmit video and audio from a laptop to a TV or projector, Ethernet. For stable, high-speed internet connections, advantages. Fast, stable transmission with minimal interference, disadvantages. Dependent on cables, less flexible wireless connections use electromagnetic waves and communication protocols. Examples include Wi-Fi, allows internet access without cables. Bluetooth, connects wireless headphones, speakers, keyboards, or mice. NFC, near-field communication used in electronic payments via cards or phones. Advantages. Flexible and convenient, disadvantages. Susceptible to interference, generally slower than wired connections. Computers not only need to process data but also store it so you can access it when needed. Imagine, without storage devices, everything you just did would disappear the moment you turn off your computer. So, what types of storage devices do we commonly use for study and work? 1. External storage devices. These are removable devices that can be easily attached and detached, often used to transfer data between multiple computers. Common types include USB flash drives, compact, with capacities from a few GB up to hundreds of GB. External hard drives, HDD/SSD, large capacity, used for data backup. Memory cards, SD, microSD, often used in phones, cameras, or camcorders. Advantages: convenient and portable. Disadvantages: easy to lose, prone to damage if dropped, or vulnerable to viruses. 2. Internal storage devices. These are installed inside a computer or laptop and are fixed components. Common types include HDD, hard disk drive, low cost, large capacity, but slower. SSD, solid-state drive, much faster than HDD, more durable but more expensive. M.2 NVMe, modern type of SSD, extremely fast, typically used in high-end computers. Advantages: large capacity, high speed. Disadvantages: not portable like USB drives or external HDDs. 3. Cloud storage. This is a modern trend. Your data is stored on remote servers via the internet rather than on your device. Popular services include Google Drive, OneDrive, Microsoft, Dropbox. You just need to log in to access your data from any device, anywhere. Advantages: convenient, no risk of losing data if your device fails. Disadvantages: requires internet, free storage usually has limits. When talking about storage devices, besides capacity and speed, connection standards are very important. Common standards you should know. USB is the most widely used standard for external storage like USB flash drives and external hard drives. Its generations: USB 2.0, max 480 megabits per second, enough for documents, music, photos. USB 3.0/3.1 Gen 1, 5 gigabits per second, about 10 times faster than USB 2.0. USB 3.1 Gen 2, 10 Gbps. USB 3.2, 20 gigabits per second. USB 4, up to 40 gigabits per second. Thunderbolt is a high-end connection standard, often used on modern computers, especially Apple devices. Thunderbolt 3, up to 40 gigabits per second, uses USB-C. Thunderbolt 4, also 40 gigabits per second, with better security and compatibility. Other standards you might encounter: SATA, serial ATA for internal HDDs and traditional SSDs, PCIe, Peripheral Component Interconnect Express 4 NVMe SSDs, extremely fast. FireWire, eSATA, older standards, rarely used today. When you want to present slides, watch movies on a big screen, or connect a computer to a TV, it's important to transmit both video and audio signals from the computer to the display. This is the role of display connection standards, and there are several you should know. VGA, Video Graphics Array, an old analog standard, transmits video as analog signals, so image quality is low and prone to interference. Once very common on older monitors and projectors, now mostly obsolete. HDMI, High Definition Multimedia Interface, transmits both digital video and audio simultaneously with high quality. Widely used on TVs, monitors, projectors, and laptops. DisplayPort, preferred for high-end computer monitors, especially 2K, 4K, or high refresh rate screens. Supports very high-quality video, suitable for graphics work, gaming, and professional tasks. USB-C, Alt Mode, and Thunderbolt 3 of 4, modern multifunctional standards. In addition to data transfer and power delivery, they can output video and audio. To get online, a network connection is required. The most common network types are wired and wireless. Let's explore each. Wired connection. Ethernet uses Ethernet cables with RJ45 connectors. Advantages: stable, high speed, low interference. Ideal for desktops, offices, or high bandwidth systems. Disadvantages: dependent on cables, less flexible. Wi-Fi connection. The most popular wireless option. Frequency bands: 2.4 GHz. Wider coverage but slower speed and more interference due to crowded usage. 5 GHz. Higher speed, less interference, but shorter range and blocked more easily by walls. Example: using Wi-Fi in dormitories or cafes to access the internet. Mobile hotspot/tethering. Turn a phone into a Wi-Fi hotspot to share mobile data with laptops or other devices. Use case: convenient when no public Wi-Fi is available or during travel. Audio is an essential part of digital experiences. 3.5mm jack. Most familiar type, used to connect headphones or external speakers to phones, laptops, and PCs. Advantages: widely supported, cheap, easy to use. Disadvantages: analog signal prone to interference. Many modern phones have removed this port to save space. Bluetooth audio, gradually replacing the 3.5mm jack due to convenience. Supports wireless headphones and Bluetooth speakers. Advantages: flexible, wireless, portable. Disadvantages: higher latency compared to wired, depends on device battery. Example: using AirPods or other Bluetooth headphones for online learning. Optical and HDMI ARC, high-quality audio. Optical, transmits digital audio via fiber optic cable. High quality, minimal interference. HDMI ARC, audio return channel, transmits both audio and video through a single HDMI cable. Convenient for TVs and soundbars. Example: connecting a TV to a soundbar via HDMI ARC produces much clearer and stronger sound than the TV's built-in speakers. USB audio, used in professional equipment such as headphones, microphones, and external sound cards. Advantages: digital signal, high quality, supports advanced features. Ideal for recording, streaming, or professional online learning. Here are some common issues when using peripheral devices. First, the computer does not recognize the device. This is quite common, for example, when you plug in a USB drive but the computer does not display it. The cause may be a loose connection port or a missing/corrupted driver. Second, the device works unstably. For instance, the mouse lags or the keyboard responds slowly. The usual causes are driver conflicts, outdated drivers, or poor connections. Third, the printer or scanner does not respond. You may have seen this in a printing room. You send a print command but nothing happens. Possible causes include network connection errors, a jammed print queue, or not selecting the correct default printer. Fourth, device incompatibility. For example, you buy a new device but the operating system does not support it. Causes may include an unsupported OS, outdated drivers, or incompatible connection standards. Finally, hardware failure. This happens when the device itself is damaged, the cable is broken, or the USB port is faulty. When encountering issues with peripheral devices, you should follow these steps in order. Check physical connections first. Make sure the cables are secure, the USB port is not loose, and the power supply is stable. If the issue persists, install or update the driver. You can refer to Driver Management in Windows for more details on how to install or update drivers. Restart the device or the computer to refresh the connection. For printers or scanners, check the task/print queue to avoid jobs being stuck. Don't forget to update the operating system, since many devices require the latest patches to function properly. If the problem continues, try another port or another computer to determine whether the issue comes from the device or the computer. Finally, if the device has a hardware failure, it must be repaired or replaced.